morning, everyone. This is Francesco Abbruzzino with the Rogue Rant, and we are live and unedited, just so you get a feel for what this program basically does or is. I go and I rant via the keyboard, and then I spit it out live at a designated time, which I usually put on my YouTube channel, and if you're a subscriber, you can get that designated time. Please visit the FrancescoAbbruzzinoShow.com. At the bottom, you can get past rants, past 2-hour shows, cooking shows, and all that good stuff, news, whatever you're looking for. So, today, we are discussing the 1033 program and the militarization of our police force. Mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicles, MRAPs, have found their way from the wars of Afghanistan and Iraq to the main streets of America. These are just the latest acquisitions in the growing practice by the Pentagon that is militarizing America's municipal police forces. M16 rifles, grenade launchers, silencers, and much more are ending up in the local police departments, often with no or very little public notice. Ever since our lovely President Obama has come into office, police departments have received tens of thousands of machine guns, nearly 200,000 in ammunition magazines, thousands of pieces of camouflage and night vision equipment, along with hundreds of silencers, armed cars, and aircrafts. What about those drones? Did you see that? Obama, he is pushing to militarize police, and the 1033 program have led to the growing similarities between our domestic police force and the U.S. military. I am here to say that Congress can and must take decisive steps to scale back the 1033 program and demilitarize America's police forces. Congress should not permanently ban the transfer of all military-grade equipment to our cities, or they should, I'm sorry. If the 1033 is to continue, then strict oversight must be implemented and consistently enforced. I find it unacceptable for American police to receive such hazardous weapons and equipment without any oversight. It is particularly unacceptable for those who have proven to be incompetent, wasteful, and irresponsible with the equipment they received to remain eligible for more free items. Yes, folks, there is some huge waste, fraud, and abuse within the 1033 program. Unless Americans want their towns patrolled by armed military vehicles, their skies humming with drones, and their local police officers equipped with assault weapons, they should encourage Congress to scale back the program. Taxpayers' money should not have to support the cost of maintaining the weapons of war that local police forces have acquired. Citizens deserve to know that their congressional leaders and law enforcement officers are working together to protect them, not recklessly engaging in a gluttonous arms race or irresponsibly losing dangerous weapons, which has been happening with the 1033. The government has used 9/11 and the War on Terror to accelerate their process that had already been in motion for the past 20 years. The main effect of 9/11 on domestic policing is that the DHS grant program, which writes huge checks to local police departments across the country to purchase these weapons. Why are they doing this? The Pentagon had already been giving away the same weapons and equipment for about a decade, but the DHS grant makes the program look tiny. I am sure the founders were quite wary of standing armies, as am I, and the threat they pose to liberty. They ultimately concluded that the country needed an army for national defense. But most feared that the idea of troops patrolling our city streets would be dangerous. I firmly believe that the founders could never have envisioned police as they exist today. Furthermore, I think it's safe to say that they would have been absolutely appalled at the idea of a team police, dressed and armed like soldiers, breaking into private homes in the middle of the night for the purpose of preventing such minuscule crimes as pot smoking. For 30 years, politicians and public officials have been arming, training, and dressing cops as if they're fighting a war. They've been dehumanizing drug offenders and criminal suspects as the enemy. And of course, they explicitly and repeatedly told them we're fighting a war. So, it should not be all that surprising that a lot of these cops have started to believe it. This has been Francesco Abbruzzino with another Rogue Rant.